Hello Hawkesy fans and welcome back to the channel, and today is going to be a different video. It's not Marvel related, yes, it's Lord of the Rings related. Yes, Lord of the Rings is my absolute favourite. It beats Marvel, literally. Lord of the Rings is up there, literally cannot beat anything else. I swear to God. I love Marvel, I really love Marvel, but Lord of the Rings was the very first thing that I loved about fantasy films and everything like that. I literally seen the movies in December, close to my birthday as well, and literally just absolutely loved it. And literally I've always been fascinated by it, and literally over these years I've always had that interest. So what did I decide to do? Obviously, being a massive fan of Lord of the Rings, I thought I'd go and look on the internet, see what they've got merchandise wise, and obviously yes, they sell the swords, and I bought one of them. So literally come in a massive box, and here it is Aragorn's sword that he gets in the third film. There you go, Anduril, the Sword of King Elessar, Isildur's father. So yeah, literally we see this in the first film, where obviously the last alliance fighting Sauron and Mordor, his armies, and then you see the blade get broken. Then in the third film, Return of the King, gets reforged and then given to Aragorn so he can summon the army of the dead so they can fight back the hordes of Mordor at Minas Tirith. So what I'll do now is I'll unbox it, I'll give you the close-up of the unboxing it, and yeah, can't wait to show you this sword. It is a beast. Right, so here we go, I've got it on the table. This is the outer cover that goes onto the box of the sword, but yeah, it just looks really cool. You've got the sword itself, and that back bit is the plaque that goes with it, so you can hang it on the wall, which will be pretty cool when I get that in place. But yeah, this sword is made by United Cutlery, and they're really good at making all these props, all these different swords. And like when I found them, I was like, oh my god, these are awesome. And yeah, I have to absolutely get this sword. But yeah, on the back of this, it's got as well all the different ones they've made as well. But first it gives you a description of Anduril, the Sword of King Elessar. Tells you a bit of story about it as well, and like how tall it is. It's about 53 inches, which is quite tall to be fair. It comes up to like just below my chest. Solid metal hand with the guards and the pommel. The wooden plaque that I just said about, and reproduced from the actual prop. So the actual sword itself that they used in the movie. It's made by stainless steel as well, tampered stainless steel blade. It's quite heavy as well, quite weighty, so it's quite cool. And it makes you realise, how did people actually use these swords, the strength to have these swords and actually swing it, thrust it, and everything like that to use them. It's actually, you've got to have some strength about you. It's got a bit of 24 karat gold on like the just in the handle there, and just in them two bits there, so I'll show you that bit as well when we get the close-ups. And then it's got all the different other swords and products that they've done. So you've got like Sting, Frodo's sword and Bilbo's, Gimli's axe. You've got loads of different axes from Gimli, like his walking axe, battle axe, and then yeah, just loads of different swords like Gandalf's staff, Saruman's staff. So there is loads to collect, and they've brought out a wide range of products and everything. So loads to collect. So yeah, see, give you a close up of this. So yeah, so you see all the different pictures and that. I'll do another close up of this, that's a bit better. So yeah, but it gives you just a bit background. But right, let's put this to one side for a minute. And let's bring up the sword. So yeah, trying to get that thing off as well was a task in itself. It's like tightly packed. So here it is. So look at that, nicely well packed and everything. And you get this sheet as well, just about Lord of the Rings and everything. Gives you about the Sauron and the One Ring, the 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky, 7 for the Dwarf Lords in the Halls of Stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor where shadows lie, one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bind them, and in the darkness bind them. Bring them all, and to bind them in the lands of Mordor where shadows lie. So yeah, we see that quote in the third Hobbit film, Battle of the Five Armies, just before Galadriel fights Sauron and like Saruman and Elrond. That was a good fight scene. I like that in that film. And then obviously that is the inscription on the One Ring. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. And then it's got a bit of the background information about Anduril, the sword, and everything, where it's kept. So obviously when it was broken, when Isildur was going to fight Sauron, and then Sauron stepped on the sword and broke it, saying it's kept in Elrond's house, the House of Elrond in Rivendell. And yeah, just some other background stories about New Line Cinema, Return of the King, reforging it, and everything like that. So it's pretty cool detail to it. Nice little touch to it. So chuck that to one side. So yeah, United Cutlery. I'd highly recommend them if you're going for some good props. But yeah, the sword itself, this is amazing. This thing is just epic. But yeah, I'll show you some close-ups of it in a second. But yeah, there we go. Look at that, it's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, the 24 karat gold just in here, there, and there as well. And then this thing is really long. It is really long, but you can see the inscriptions on the sword itself as well. Got a nice little touch of Lord of the Rings on there as well. Lord of the Rings. And yeah, just saying handcrafted in Taiwan. Yeah, nice little authenticity, I'd like to say. And yeah, the elven inscription on the sword. So yeah. And then on the actual, if you can see it there, it's got more inscription on this bit here. So yeah, this is an epic sword. Absolutely love it. I've always wanted a sword from Lord of the Rings, and it's just awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And to have this hang on my wall will be epic. So yeah, we'll chuck that to one side as well. We'll chuck it here for a second. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. There we go. And then finally you get the plaque. Which is a really cool touch to it as well, so if you want to hang it on the wall. So a really cool plaque, like the White Tree of Gondor. I believe that, yep, that's the inscription on the top of the sword, the pommel. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, and then the crown for the King of Gondor, King of Minas Tirith. And then yeah, on the back bit as well, United Cutlery, officially licensed. Give you a close up of this as well. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings. But yeah, so nice little touches to it as well. Value for money, 100%. Definitely worth buying. So if anyone, I would highly recommend this and that. But yeah, we'll give you some more wider shots now. Me with the sword. So yeah, let's get straight into that. So yeah, we'll get some more close-ups now. So I'll show you the inscription there. So yeah, that's a cool little piece to add to the sword. Having that nice little inscription. Nice little paper that I can frame potentially. Have that next to the sword. Be pretty cool to have. So yeah, that's that. And then yeah, the plaque itself, really cool. Nice bit of wood they've used as well. So I have that there. And then yeah, and then obviously that again. Yeah, it's really cool. I love this piece. It's amazing. Then we'll get the sword over again. So yeah, Lord of the Rings being my favourite films ever. Just absolutely love the storyline. Each one just gets better and better. But if I said I would have the best favourite one, I couldn't say, to be honest. Each one is just amazing. So yeah, we'll do the sword first. I'll turn it that way, to be fair. So yeah. you can see that it is amazingly detailed. I'll take my camera off quickly. Then we'll do. So yeah, you can see the detail is amazing. Leather strap. That one there. There. And yeah, that's. Try and get the right lighting. But yeah, there's the Lord of the Rings title. And yeah, the sword itself with all the elven inscription engraved onto the sword. But yeah, this sword is very long. It is a long sword, 53 inches all overall. And then I think the blade itself is like 42. And then yeah, the weight of it is very heavy. So yeah, like I said earlier, for them to hold this and train with it, like back in medieval times when they did used to fight and that, they must have been fatigued as hell from holding this stuff and fighting with this stuff. Here is the close-up of the box, so you can have a look as well at this. Really cool design on the box with all the incorporating the map onto the box as well, and then having a sword glow. And Anduril, the Sword of King Elessar. When he gets this sword that gets given to him by Elrond to Aragorn, I just love that moment in the film. It really gave me goosebumps, and like, it just show you he had to choose the side of going from being a ranger to becoming who he was born to be, the king. But yeah, there was the description of like about Narsil, Anduril, and then yeah, these are all the different ones you can get. So a wide variety of different swords, helmets, shields, bow and arrows, I believe. Yeah, I think you can get Legolas's bow and arrow as well, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, so loads of different products they got, and highly recommend them. Here we have it, the sword itself in full length, 53 inches of it and 42 or 40 inches of it blade. And look at it compared to the size of me. It's very tall. I'm about 6'1", 6'2", so it's about here, just below my chest. Yeah, it's a really big sword. But yeah, if we give it, whew, there we go. Got a sword now, so you don't want to mess with me. But yeah, this is absolutely epic, this sword. It's just amazing. Absolutely epic. And like the Lord of the Rings films, they just get better and better, and everyone is just as good as the other, and just like, I cannot decide which one is the best one for me. They're just all equilibrium, just all on the same level, and just each one is good. So I couldn't choose a favourite story. But Narsil, Anduril, I'd like to say this is the most, I'd like to say, most well-known sword from Lord of the Rings. It says it on the box and everything like that as well. So when you think Lord of the Rings, you think the Sword of the King. Like when it was broken in the first film, the Last Alliance battle against Sauron, and then obviously the Return of the King, where Elrond gives it to Aragorn, and then he summons the army of the dead. And yeah, it's just amazing. But yeah, it's just an absolute awesome piece. I would highly recommend getting one of these props, even if it's like Lord of the Rings sword, or like a lightsaber from Star Wars or something like that, Game of Thrones, your sword from that you love. Literally get it, man. This just feels awesome. It just absolutely, just swinging this about, you know, Captain America, he's gonna get it, bloody have him. But yeah, it's just, highly recommend this, highly recommend it. You know, being as a collector and everything, and like Iron Studios, they produce some of the statues as well, like the Marvel ones that I'm gonna potentially get as well, look into. And obviously Prime One Studios, their statues are just immaculate. The detail on them is just crazy, and just they're so massive as well. Like if you see the Sauron one is great, the Balrog one I absolutely love. You've got Aragorn, you've got Legolas going down the stairs at the Helm's Deep wall, where he's on that shield shooting his bow and arrow at the Uruk-hai. Absolutely amazing statues they brought out Prime One Studios, but I won't be getting one of them for a very long time. So yeah, if I win the lottery, well, they're all gonna be coming in. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll be buying more props like this one. It is tough to, luckily enough I got this one for quite cheap and found it, and from United Cutlery as well, so it's one of the best quality props as well. But yeah, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and yeah, please like, subscribe, and I will be bringing more Lord of the Rings content to the channel as well. So playing the old like Lord of the Rings games like the Two Towers and the Return of the King that you played on like PS2, the Xbox. So when I get my Elgato, the capture card, I'll be able to transfer that over to the computer and everything, to stream it, to record it. I'll be bringing that on the channel. So more Marvel to come and more Lord of the Rings to come, because they are my two favourite things. So yeah, we're going to venture out a bit more to Lord of the Rings. So this was the first video, and then yeah, we'll venture out. And yeah, so a bit of a mix between the two. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I sure have, especially unboxing this, receiving this today. So yeah, hope you enjoyed Hawkesy YouTube, Gusaroni, and I will see you in the next episode.